Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
The legend.
Bruce.
What's cracking, baby?
Welcome. How you feeling?
Everything's good, man.
Everything is good?
Yeah.
Man, why are comedians always so early, man? That's something we notice.
Well, yeah, I'm always prompt on everything, man. That's just why I was raised.
2 hours early, Bruce.
Oh, man, that's why I'm doing. My grandfather said if you're on time, you're late.
Damn.
That's
So
factual.
you got to be on time. But then the traffic here is a monster.
That's
That's
facts.
true.
Nobody drives in the lane up here. Nobody. The
Nope.
buses, police, nobody. They just drive like they want to.
And what's crazy, they got lanes. Some of them got their own lanes and still don't drive in their lanes.
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Now,
This is the first time Bruce has been on the show.
Yes,
First and
that's
foremost. And I want to, sometimes when somebody comes for the first time, I want to start from the beginning, right?
Okay.
Now I know your story because I've been studying you, I've been following you. But for people that don't know, how did Bruce get into comedy? And I want you to explain your job before comedy.
Well, I used to be a chef. I can cook like a mug. And, everywhere I go, I used to always be funny. So I hired this guy one time. I was running a barbecue restaurant. He's an older guy. And he said, he used to watch me in the kitchen when he first started. He's watching me. He said, you need to go on stage. And I ain't paying attention to it. He said, I'm going to bring you something tomorrow. He brought me this album. Back in the day, he had an album. Mm-hmm. He was a comedian. But he was ex-Navy. He was an alcoholic. He said, don't waste your time on this job, man. You need to go on stage. No, what I did, I quit because I had a family. I was young, man, had 3 kids. And, man, I went and started working for Frito-Lay potato chips, selling potato chips. And the whole time I'm selling potato chips and on the dock, I'm just funny, acting crazy. So good old white dude said, you need to go on stage. I see you here every morning. You know them white guys say, you need to go on stage. You're funny. I look at comedians every Friday, Saturday night, and you need to go on stage. And when I took that step, man, I knew that's why I should have been my whole entire life. And what made me take that step, I was going through a divorce. You know what I'm saying? And my ex-wife said, you'll never make it. I'm like, what?
Why'd she tell you that?
Oh,
No reason, just hate?
So I just looked at it and say, I see you on TV.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? And it's been gone. I've been doing it now 35 years.
And what made y'all get married if she wasn't supportive? Because you said
Well,
you never.
young. I was young. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, in the South. You get a girl pregnant. You got to marry, all this crazy stuff, and I did the same thing. My oldest son is 43, man.
Damn.
And my baby boy is 40. My daughter's 38.
Wow.
You've been going raw for a long time.
I've been laying down. Pull-out game was terrible.
Horrible.
You know what I'm saying? It was pull-out game was terrible. I was just laying it down. And what's crazy, man, I just didn't think, just doing it. And when you're young, you just do that until you get somebody old and say, hey, you need to watch yourself. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we need to start doing as older guys. Let them know, man, this ain't no game.
Who taught you how to cook?
My uncle. My uncle, man, he was like
Uncle
5.
Paul?
Yeah, Uncle Paul. He about 5 feet tall, about a 98 in the waist. You hear me play? Look like an egg with a belt on. You know what I'm saying? He was my partner, though, man. And he raised me. And he taught me about, life. He taught me about how to treat women. He taught me about being on time. Because, he was a baker. He used to deliver cakes. We got to be there on time. But he would never, ever drive on the highway. Ever.
All back roads.
We got to go straight back roads. When you can't get on, boy, they'll run your tail over on that highway. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And he was real superstitious. I never did believe in that. He see a black cat walk the street, but he gonna turn around. You put your hat on the bed. Oh no, you can't do that. You sweep your feet, you got to spit the broom. He was just straight superstitious. Don't never let a woman touch your wallet. You ain't gonna never have no money. Man, ain't nobody believing in that crap.
Don't let a woman buy you no shoes.
Oh yeah,
walk out your life.
Yeah. Or watch. Or the time is out your life. He was real superstitious. But other than that, man, he was a great guy, man.
Mm-hmm.
You remember the first dish that you learned to cook?
Oh yeah, man. Steak I can cook a steak, make a joker cry. White
Really?
folks be clapping. Oh yeah, white folks be clapping. Black people be hollering. Yay!
How you get the capital for the barbecue spot?
Well, I started down was young. I'm gonna tell you what happened. Mm-hmm. My mother, it's just me and my mother. I'm the only child my mother ever had, and we was struggling, man. We was living in the hood, and we was in an area called the Bluff. It was, man, let me tell you, man, she needed some help, so I went and applied for this job. This guy I knew worked at the barbecue restaurant, and I applied, and I told him I was 17. I was 14.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I was working, man. I was cleaning up. So I had been there about 3 months, and this old white guy named Eddie White, I said, let me ask you something. He was the man. He said, how old are you really? He said, you work good and everything. He said, but you're not 17. I said, no. I said, I'm 14. He said, why are you working? I said, well, I got to help my mom. He said, well, I tell you what, it's going to be our little secret. He kept me because I was a good worker. Everything he told me to do, I did it. And I just kind of followed in and started watching these guys cook. And I knew how to cook because my uncle had been showing me how to do everything. Next thing I know, man, I was running the pit. Man, I was cooking barbecue and everything at like 16 years old.
Oh, so you didn't own it?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I was working there, man.
Got you.
Now, you also mentioned that you were an only child.
Only child.
Your father left at the age of 5?
Yeah, he was 4 or 5. He was in the Air Force, and he was a medic in the Air Force, and he was he flew choppers and airplanes, and when he got out, he was an anesthesiologist.
Now, was it important to mend that relationship before he passed? Or
Yeah,
did you?
I did.
Wow.
My mother said, I just wanted to know. I remember him. My mother said, what you looking for him for? You know, because they be mad. But my mother really ran him off. You know what I mean? She was she ran him off, man. She was a monster, man. You know what I'm saying?
Did your dad tell you that?
Oh, no, I just saw it. I saw it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, this dude is cool. He was really cool, you know. But she like, I don't want it. You know, everything he tried to do, she just knocked it down. Like, but she was listening to her girlfriends. That's why I try to tell all these young girls, don't listen to no woman that ain't got no man.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? If you got a woman, if you got a girlfriend, you got a husband, she know how to treat her husband. But a woman that don't have a man, she can't tell you nothing. But he left, and he never, ever called us, ever. And my mother didn't even know she was divorced. He did a non-contested divorce because my mother just worked, come home, never went anywhere. So when she said, I think I'm going to get a divorce, and when she went to do it, they said, you already divorced. You're non-contested. You put it in the newspaper for 30 days. You don't answer the ad. Bam, you divorced.
I did not know
And he was already gone.
He was gone.
Oh, he was gone, man. I got married 3 more times. I found it when I was like 40 years old.
So he knew who you were. He knew you were successful
exactly
and
who
everything.
I was. He knew exactly who I was.
Look alike?
No, my son looked like him though. My baby boy looks just like him. But it's funny how it dip over. You know what I'm saying? But I met with him and we talked and we stayed in touch. And he ended up passing away about 17 years ago. My mother passed away 14 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you and your mom ever have to talk? Did you ever have to say to your mom, it was you?
Yeah. She said, I was wrong. She said, I didn't care. She said, but I had other boyfriend. You know, my mom was fooling around. See, parents don't tell you. They try to tell you do the right thing, but they'll do the wrong thing in front of you. You know what I'm saying? Those old dudes used to go with named David, you know, had platform shoes with taps on them. You remember platform? He had taps on platform shoes. He come up the steps, clock up. A clocker, how your mama doing? And then he'll tell me, hey, come in, let me give you a few dollars. Go down and get you a Coca-Cola, you know, something like that. I know what he's finna do. He's finna get him some tail, you know what I'm saying?
That's
so
right.
he gets some potato chips. I run right out the house. You know, I know what he's finna do. I don't want no food, you know what I'm saying? But he was cool. He was cool to me. He treated me very nice. But she had this one boyfriend she's crazy about. I don't know what's up with women with this one dude that they like. And he ain't nothing. I mean, man, he wasn't nothing, man. He dogged my mom out, man. He was married. She didn't even know he was married.
Damn.
But he's over there every day. Every day. Eating, yeah. God is a good God. You know how I'm joking with you. Yeah, God is a good God. And I'm going to tell you what happened. When I was in high school, 4 of us used to hang together, and we saw him in his truck. And my buddy said, man, there go your mama boyfriend with your mom. I said, no. I said, that's my mom boyfriend, but that's not my mom. It was another lady. So I got out the car, looked at him and said, hey, you know I see you, right? He said, oh, hey, how you doing? Played it out. Come on to my mom's house. I told my mother, I said, I seen him with another woman. He looked me dead in the eye. He said, he did not see me. and my mother believed it. But the reason she believed it, because I didn't like him. So she just kind of figured I made up a story about him, and she let it go. But it took her girlfriend of hers to see him, say, I saw that dude with another woman. You know what I'm saying? And it took her to tell me. She dated him like 16 years, man.
Damn.
And that ought to tell you, my mother, I don't want to get married. Okay, you don't want to get married, but this dude's already married, so you can't marry this dude. When she found out, she was toe up. Yeah.
I heard her.
You grew up in the Bluff. How close to reality was Snow on the Bluff, the movie?
Oh, my God. It was real close. That was the heroin, cocaine, crack area. But my mother told me, if you touch it, I kill you. So I was more scared of my mother than the guys in the street. You know what I'm saying? So I never touched it. I watched him do it. I watched him shoot up everything. No, I can't do that, bro. No, I can't do that. My mother's crazy. My mother's a wrestler. I'm telling you, she have been on WWE. I know what I'm talking about. This lady can scrap, man. So, you know, that's where, and that movie was really, really serious. But, you know, it was so funny in the hood, being in the hood, because, you know, the crackheads come out and say, hey, man, dude had bought a video camera. You know, he was filming people and everything. Crackhead said, man, I got a camera like that. He said, it's bigger, but it's got a 2 on it. And I said, what are you talking about? He done stole the camera off the Channel 2 news truck The dude was getting ready to do some news in the area. He just walked off with the camera. So we saw the white guy panicking, walking around. I said, "You looking for your camera, ain't you?" He said, "Yeah." I said, I know where it is. I said, "You're going to have to give somebody to get it back." He said, "I get anything." He said, he said, "How much you think?" $100. I said, "No, $20 to get your camera back."
Wow.
And the dude brought it back to him. Just walked off with the camera.
He said, "I got a camera like that has a number 2 on it."
Yeah, it's a 2 on it. It had channel 2 on it, right?
Jesus Christ.
Man, these dudes in the hood, dude had a whole bedroom suit, walked down the street with the dresser. Dude weighed about 130. He said, "I got the mirror, the 2 nightstands, and the bed y'all needed." We like, what?
Somebody
said,
bought it, though.
Yeah, somebody bought it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The dude told me, said, "Man, I got a typewriter like that, but only thing mine different, it's got a TV on it." He didn't realize he had a desktop computer. Just stole it. He said, "I got a typewriter, but it's got a TV on it." Like, what?
Typewriter with a TV.
With a TV, man.
I know back then brothers had to press you to try to get in the street, though.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah.
They talk about you, say you're scared, you're a punk, all this crap. Well, hey, man, I'm going to have to be a punk because my mom didn't play. My mom, my aunt, the neighbors, they didn't play, man.
So you more scared of your moms than anything?
Oh, my God. My granddad, I was scared of him more than anything. He about 6'5", black, real black with royal blue eyes. So my mother said, "Do I need to call your granddad?" I said, "No." She would get him on the phone. He'll say, "Hey, do I need to come up there?" All I had to do was hear his voice. I like, "No, sir, let me get another phone call and see what happened." That joker didn't play, man.
Damn.
6'5", black, one scatter,
eyes.
nothing.
How'd that happen?
Royal blue eyes.
Damn.
And you look at him, you'll drop your head like a runaway slave player. You know what I'm saying? He was just that dude, man. But when I got older, I realized he was really cool. He was a cool dude, but he just believed a child stay in a child place.
That's right.
And you said your Uncle Paul inspired you as far as comedy because he was the funniest person you know?
Oh, man, he was funny, man.
Okay.
He tell a lie. Everybody got to help him with this lie. Every lie he tell. Did I tell him? He like, yeah, he told me. Paul ain't saying nothing. Everybody help him with this lie, but he was one of the best bakers in the world. He practically raised Gladys Knight back in the day. And they used to call him the sweetbread man. And Gladys Knight knew him. His name was Paul Henson Jr. And he went by the sweetbread man because he was the baker in Atlanta, Georgia. He was the man. And he talk about Gladys all the time. But Gladys and I was really raised on the same street. The street was Chestnut Street. They changed to James P. Broadley. I was on 415. She was on like 785, something like that, just right up the street, like 2 blocks up.
Did you know her?
No, I was a little kid. But she lived there with her first husband, you know what I'm saying? But Gladys is a girl, though, man.
Wow.
How were you able to translate your funny to actually make a career of it, but somebody like Uncle Paul, who was funny, couldn't?
Oh no, my Uncle Paul was just scared to go on stage. He was scared. See, black people back in the day had the skill to do everything, but they were scared to do it. They had so much fear. So like young kids now, they'll do it. They were like, "I don't care, I'll do it." So I just took it and ran with it. My uncle was one of the best bakers in the world. He went against bakers from France and Italy, from England, and he beat them all out. You know what I mean? Then one day he had a cheesecake that he made that was one of the best cheesecakes in the world, and they tricked him out of it and didn't have sense enough to get a lawyer and everything. Gave him like $10,000. They clapping. He was all happy when he
He stole his recipe.
Yeah, when he could have got $100 million. You know what I'm saying? But just didn't have the sense and the knowledge to do that at the time.
I wanted to know, as a child, was Bruce big as a child?
No, man, I was a little bit. They used to call me Little Bruce, man. I didn't get fat till I got married. I don't know why I got married. That's
With
why
all that kick your uncle was
Oh
making?
my God, I wouldn't eat it, man. I was just a little bitty dude, just running around, just messing with everybody. I was a little bitty kid, man. But when I got married, I got fat. That's what happened to us as black men. We get complacent. We get complacent with jobs. We get a job and it'd be, let's just say General Motors. We make a little money. Oh man, that's a good job. I don't care nothing about no good job. It's about getting out there, getting it, because it's more than that than getting a good job.
I ain't like that question, by the way.
What you mean?
I ain't like the question he asked you.
Wait, what?
Was Bruce little as a child?
Oh, that's right.
I mean, was he a big child?
I wasn't no fat kid, man.
That's what he wanted to say.
Yeah, he thought I was fat. He thought I was just couldn't clap my hands.
Of course he was little as a child. He's a
the
kid.
fat kid could clap his hand. Y'all clap my hand. Ta, 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 ta. But no, man, I was a little kid, little cute joker, man, running around messing with everybody. And, we seem to lose focus, and that's what happened. You lose focus, you start eating crazy. But now I'm back at it, man. I'm 62 years old, man.
Wow. Is that where the comedy came from? Because when Bruce does a show and somebody's in the audience says something or somebody's wearing something outfit, Bruce has no problem of attacking the audience if need be. Is that where that came from?
Yeah,
like, I'm a little kid
man.
and I got to start snapping at these kids?
Yeah, man. Cause when I was younger, I was real scary. Most kids want to admit that I was real scared to do anything. So people used to talk about me. I talk about them back. That's how I learned. I used to talk about this girl, man. She had a ponytail. Envy, her ponytail about that long. Look, with a rubber band around it. I walked behind. I said, "Girl, how did they do that?" She said, "Do it." I said, "Make that oxtail right there." I said, "You can stand on your head. Your hair still won't touch the floor." Man, this girl said, "I'm gonna beat you." You know what I'm saying? I'm like, "What?" Man, I broke out running. I didn't know she was a track star. Man, this girl caught me and beat the brakes off me, man. I didn't care because I was raised not to hit women. So I didn't care. She beat me up. She laid me on the ground, throw my arms. You know how they throw your arms out. She said, "What's up now?" I said, "Your hair still short." So then she said, "You going to be my boyfriend." So I had to be her boyfriend and walk her to school every day. That's when I realized I had something now. You know, I joned her out and talked about the bed, but she did like me. And my uncle told me, he said, "Man, that girl like you. That's why she wants you to be a boyfriend. She like you." I didn't realize that, but I thought she hated my guts, but she really didn't, man. She actually laughed about it later. Then she grew up and be drop dead gorgeous. You know.
Did y'all still?
Oh, no, man.
Okay.
No, I can't do it no more, man. I ain't got it like that no more.
But that's laughter, though. You know, if you can make a girl laugh, you can crack her ass.
Hey, man, you make them laugh. You got them. Most women, they just want to laugh. You make them laugh. A lot of guys, when they see women, when they see good-looking women, fine women, nice body, instantly, most guys get intimidated. They be like, oh, she ain't going to holler at me. She will. You ever see a real fine, pretty girl with an ugly dude?
Yeah.
You know what happened? Because he said something to her. Mm-hmm. He walked up to her, "Hey, how you doing? You look good." She's like, "You for real?" "Yeah, I'm for real." And then he with her. You like, "How did this ugly look?" I know, I got some ugly partners. Mm-hmm. Oh, my God. I got some dudes scared of cold out your eyes. When you look at them, ooh, you had to wipe your eyes. My God, bro, what happened? You know what I'm saying? But they got the baddest women you ever want to see. But everybody got to understand, though, it's really nothing to it. Just talk to them. Mm-hmm. That's all they want.
What's the most difficult city for you? Because you're on the road, what, 5 days a week,
every
4 days
day.
a week,
I'm
7,
on the
8
road
shows?
Every week.
What's the toughest city for you and why? If there is one.
I'm going to be honest, I ain't never had a tough city, man. I've had some tough crowds when the comedy clubs hold these people hostage. You know, like, let's just say first show is at 7. Mm-hmm. Second show's supposed to start at 10. All right, they let the first show run over. These people who come to the show at 10 o'clock are outside waiting. So now they're pissed. Mm-hmm. They pissed, you know. So you got to really go to work to make them laugh, you know. Or go and I'll say something like this. Say, "Y'all ever been at work and they want to be there?" They be like, "Yeah." I said, "That's where I feel now." Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So when you break the ice with them, you got them. Mm-hmm. Once you get them, you got them. But you got to run the clubs on time. And it's hard dealing with us as black people. It's hard to deal with our black people, man. But the white clubs, they be on it. Bam. Bam, bam, because they realize the money they can make in a short length of time.
Why is that with us, man?
I mean, I don't know. It's hard doing business with us. I had one dude at a club, man. It was in November, and it was cold, and he had people outside. And I said, "Hey, man, people standing outside. The show's supposed to start an hour ago." He looked at me. He said, "I don't give a what they doing." I said, I'm like, "What?" So, matter of fact, I don't even do his club anymore because you don't have respect for the people. Mm-hmm. But we're the one working hard for it to make them laugh. Because it's hard to get black people to laugh. You know, especially when they mad, they better be funny. They better be funny. Especially when they mad. You know, white people laugh at anything. "Oh, he's hilarious. He's great." You could be terrible. You know you're good. You're going to be great. Because white people have a different way of saying no. Like when you audition for a show, like, "How did you like him?" "Well, he's a good-looking guy. He has great hair." That's a no. See, people don't realize that. Mm-hmm. When they want you, they get you. Checks are signed. But when they breathe hard, you know, I was looking at him and smart guy, but no, I don't think we'll do it. That's a no. And that's what we all got to realize.
You know, you just made me think about when it comes to doing business with black people and white people, because I love doing business with my people.
Right.
But I don't think we often look at it as business. Like,
no,
it's
we
almost
don't.
like it should be a personal transaction.
Right. It's always
you want a hookup. You want a discount.
Thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because people call my manager and be like, "Me and Bruce go back 15 years. I don't even know this brother." Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? "Yeah, I met him at the gas station and you don't know me, bro." Maybe I come across like you do know me, but you don't know me. They'll call and be like, "We discussed a deal and he said he would do it for this." That's not true because I don't discuss money at all with anybody. Mm-hmm. But they always think it's like a partner thing when it should just be business.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Yeah.
Do you remember your best show and you remember your worst show?
Yeah, man. I can remember a lot of them. But people don't know it. I know it. I can remember my first, I come on stage and tell me, "Guys, I didn't like that show." Well, people thought it was great, but I'd be like, I didn't like that show.
What was your worst show? Because they said you don't write things down. It's just off of emotion.
I come on the cup. One time I was in Houston, Texas, and I was doing this show and I was joning everybody out, and this dude came up and joned me, and he was funny. His buddy said, "Man, go up there, go up there." You know, you would go up there and jone him. He said, "I look like a pickle jar." You know, and I started laughing like, "Damn, that's funny, bro." You know, I said, "I'm gonna keep that." You know, he's telling me like a pickle jar up here. I like, "Oh my God, that's funny." But the crowd loved it because I took it so well. I didn't go off. You know, it was really funny when he said it. And I ended up seeing him like 10 years later. He said, "You remember I came on stage, man? I saw you like a pickle jar." I said, "That was you?" I said, "Let me take a picture with you." You know what I'm saying? But it's cool. But the best show I ever did was years and years and years ago. Is when Bernie Mac was red hot. Bernie Mac was super hot. And it's a part of Georgia called Macon, Georgia. And it's about an hour from Atlanta. And Bernie was performing, had a 5,000 seater. And the feature didn't show up. And the guy said, "Hey, man, my feature didn't show. Can you come down and open up for Bernie Mac?" I said, "Yes." You know, I had been in the game there about 5 years. I said, "Yes." And I drove down there quick as I could. And I was on stage. And I can remember Bernie Mac had his arm folded looking at me. He said, "Who's that dude right there?" He said, "That's Bruce Bruce." He said, "He is funny." But Bernie went up and ripped it. And I worked with Bernie twice in my whole entire life. Macon, and then I worked with him in Columbia, South Carolina one time.
803.
That's it. But Bernie was a bad dude, man. And people don't realize when he did "I'm Not Scared of You" on Def Jam, he made that up right then. Because everybody was coming up, they was having a hard time here in New York. Def Jam, they was getting it to him. You know, New York, you know, they don't hold no punches, you know. And Bernie said, "Man, I ain't scared of them motherfuckers." And he went up and did it. Him and Capri went together on it, and he ripped it, man.
Wow.
Bernie was a bad dude.
Was that the funniest comedian you ever worked with?
No, man. I know some funny comedians now. Like Tony Roberts is stupid funny. Tony makes me laugh. You know who Tony Roberts is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Tony Roberts told me he used to date a girl. Her breath was so bad, it smelled like a horse's hiccups. So
Damn.
who think of that? Who think of a horse's hiccups? You know what I'm saying? He makes me laugh. Mike Epps. Mike Epps is one of the dudes I trained back in the day. Mike used to be on the road with me. Mike moved from Indiana to Atlanta. And I used to take him on the road with me, and then he moved to New York. And he called me one day and said, "Man, they want me to audition for Fridays." And I said, "What you waiting on?" I said, "They're looking for somebody like you." And he called me a week later and said, "I got the part." I said, "You're on your way, Day-Day." That's my man.
That's
You said something earlier when you talked about the pickle jar joke. You said, "I'm going to keep that."
Yeah.
So comedians do cover jokes.
Yeah, I don't. I didn't keep it. I just told him that.
Okay.
But no, we like I've seen comedians just take bits and pieces of other comedians' jokes. If you do that, and I see it, I know exactly where you got it from. I've been in this business so long. I know exactly where you got. I know who said it, how they said it, and when you said it. But no, I don't use anybody's stuff of mine.
Because I saw Bernie. It was a video circulating to Bernie Mac, and he was saying, "Don't say your joke around if you're a new comedian. Don't get on that stage. Just say around your joke around a veteran like us."
And see, a lot of comedians now, the veterans will look at the new jacks and take their stuff. And then it looked like the new jack stole it from them. But that's not cool. That's not cool to do. No.
Now, we seen Katt Williams pulled out his chopper a couple of months ago.
He
was firing at everybody. What was your thoughts? Because, you know, a lot of that stuff was inside that became outside conversations.
I think Katt just told how he felt, man, and what's been going on in his life for real. And he just got fed up with it. You know, when people dog you out, let's just say this. I used to tell people, I had a club in Atlanta, it's called Club 559. And I used to tell my securities, I said, "Listen, when you have an altercation with a guy, be careful because they don't forget you. You don't be forgot about them. So if you throw them out the club, throw them on their head, and they be like, I'm not going to forget that. They won't forget you.
That's real.
But you be forgot who that was, and you at the grocery store with your woman shopping, he run up on you. You remember me? You're like, no. You have to be careful. So Katt just went through some things, stuff that he never forgot that was done to him. And he's coming back retaliating, and he just told it like it was.
I feel like, I mean, there's a lot of different things you could take from that conversation, but the thing I took from it that I appreciated, it felt like it put black comedy in a new light. Yeah. Like people started paying attention to the OGs like yourself, Tony Robbins, like I don't know, I just felt like it just shined a light on the people who've been doing it.
And people got to understand something about Katt Williams. Katt Williams is not a dummy. He is very smart. He's very smart. I don't know if y'all remember when he had altercation in Atlanta with Wanda Smith on V103. If you ever noticed, he never lost his composure.
No.
He stood there and drunk his coffee, and he was killing her the whole time. And he's just cool like that. He's very smart. He's a smart guy.
Now we always talk about the role ATL played in rap. What role did it play in comedy?
Oh, I don't know. You know, like rap. When you said rap, I thought you was finna say with Outkast, and I did videos. They like my little homies. I'm like they OG. They call me OG. And with Too Short made the song "Shake That Monkey" with Lil Jon, and then it's Too Short, and then Lil Jon came up with the Yin Yang Twins. That's because it's just love. Everybody show love in Atlanta. Everybody show love. Like when I did the movie Idlewild with Outkast, it was gave to me. It wasn't a movie I had to audition for. And then I did the movie Who's Your Caddy with Big Boy. It was a role that was gave to me because they just have that kind of love for me. You know what I mean? And we all cool. And I stay in my lane, man. I don't get out. I don't do crazy stuff.
You was talking about something else, but before we go there, how did you feel about all these artists mention you in their songs?
I love it. I love it.
Were you ever surprised? Did you hear it before when you heard "Let Bruce hit it"?
My God! I just hate when dudes say it. You know what I'm saying? Like I been "Let Bruce hit it." Bro, you shouldn't be saying that. Then your girl should say it, but not me, not you, bro. Come on.
He said that on the text this morning.
Oh my God!
Did he?
Because our producer was like, "Man, Bruce is already his." We were on the way in.
Yeah.
And so he goes, "Well, entertain him then. Let Bruce hit it."
I was joking. It was
I forgive you.
That's what he said.
I forgive you.
That's inside stuff, man.
I just thought it was stupid.
Yeah,
and
but he felt we cool, so he just told me.
And our producer told him he was going to HR. He said, I'm
going to HR.
Yeah.
It's gonna be some people that breathing hard. Why did you do that?
Why did you do that?
Yeah.
Why did you do that? And Biggie mentioned you in Hypnotized.
Yeah.
When was the first time you heard it? Did you have a relationship?
What happened? I was in Jacksonville, Florida. I'd never forget this. And I wanted to meet him so bad because I was a fan of Biggie, And man, he came in and I was on stage clowning. I was joning people. I mean, I asked the dude, I said, that shirt silk is, I said, is it silk or you iron it too much? Something like that. And he walked in, he said, this dude is funny because if you ever really pay attention to Biggie, he didn't really smile that much. You know what I'm saying? He just always had that look, like this nonchalant look. He smiled on the video when he was on the boat. Remember he was on the boat and he started smiling?
Yeah.
He said, I'm going to put you down for real. And when I heard it, I'm like, what?
What was the Bruce line? Because people were debating whether he.
Yeah, well, did he say that? Yeah.
What was the line?
It was like, Bruce, who do something to us, talk goes through us. Girls do us, want to screw us. Who? Me, Poppy, and Puff. It was just love he showed, man. He was a cool guy, man. And I actually saw him smile and laugh because I never saw him smile. He just always had this like hard look, like, he ready to fight, but he was really funny. He was fun to be around.
So he told you he was going to put you in? Okay, so that's how you know it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I heard, I'm like, well, that ain't what I thought I heard. When you hear it on the radio, I'm like, and Shorty called me, the comedian Shorty. He said, man, Biggie just said your name. And I'm like, I listened to it over and over. I just kept going back. I just listened to it over. I just kept repeating it, listened to it over and over. And that was love. That was real love.
I guess you answered the question, because when I say what role did ATL play in comedy for you, like what role did Atlanta play in the comedy?
Oh, my God, everything.
I think that's it.
Well, you know who did it? Well, who started it was Chris Tucker. And Chris Tucker, when he did Fridays, first of all, he didn't do Fridays first. He did House Party. Remember House Party?
Chris Tucker was in House Party?
When he came to the, he said, same time, man. You going to give me the money same time. It was an Immature, the group called Immature, and he went to the door to get some money. I'm looking for such and such, man. He just had that one scene at the door, and then he did Fridays. And Fridays took off way better than they thought it would. It took off way better than they thought it would. And Chris, he's a good dude too, man. He's a good guy. I used to be on the road with him, but he fired me though, man.
He fired
me. He fired me. He didn't fire me, but he fired me. Like,
why'd he fire
I was
you?
on the road with him back in 94, 95, and then he said, man, I'm gonna take off. I'm gonna come off the road for about 3 months because their presidents get ready to come out. And that's when I said, okay. Then when he went back on the road, he just didn't bring me back. So that's firing your ass.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But he's cool. He's still my boy. But he did come back and apologize. He said, hey, man, I didn't do that right, and I'm sorry. And I'm like, cool, man, I'm good. I work. I get down.
And you said you was a salesperson for Frito-Lay.
Oh, yeah.
They used to make you tell jokes when you...
No, I used to join everybody on the dock. You know, I used to sell potato chips. You know, go from store to store delivering potato chips. So we on the dock. I'm joining everybody. I didn't care who they was, and we had some good old boys. So y'all ain't got no good old boys. I'm talking. We got
from South Carolina. We ain't got no good old boys.
Oh yeah, you know I know.
You're from Greenville, right?
Charleston. Well, Monk's Corner, but I was born in Charleston.
Okay, but you know we got them. Hey, bud, how you doing? You're a comedian, huh? Well, I'm a damn. You know, we got the boys like that. They be so impressed. So you're a comedian? Oh yeah. Well, I'm a damn. That's their word. But we had it. But one thing about good old boys, when they like you, they like it. When they don't, they don't. And it ain't a black-white thing. It could be a white-white thing. If they don't like you, they don't like you. Mm-hmm. You know, so. But I done seen racism everywhere, man. It don't bother me.
You remember your sales pitch?
My sales pitch on potato chip?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, man. Let me tell you, I had a Walmart. They had just opened this Walmart. And in order to, I wanted to dress up as Chester Cheetah. You remember the Chester Cheetah tiger? In order to do this, you got to sell this huge display to get the costume. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because the company was charging different branches money to use costumes. I was the biggest Chester Cheetah they have ever seen. They're like, look, man, I was the fattest Chester Cheetah. One guy said, he must have ate all the Cheetos. This bitch is big as a house. You know? But I sold like, I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, like $10,000 in Cheetos. That's why they sent the uniform to us, and it was great. And it was a Walmart, and it was a guy managed the Walmart named James Pike, white dude. The madder he get, the lower he talk. So, you know, he'd say, when I tell you to do something, you come out and do what I tell you to do. You understand? You be like, what? What did you say? But he was cool. Everybody thought he was old redneck, but he was really cool. He ran that store, but he let me bring $10,000 worth of Cheetos in that store. So that was my man.
And what was your pitch?
Hey, man, just me being funny. I walk in and I say, hey, man, I need to sell some chips. If not, I'm gonna start back stripping. And if I start back stripping, the church members really gonna be hard on me about this. I said, you don't want to see me naked. Trust me when I tell you that. You know what I'm saying? They'll bust out laughing. Got him.
Took an order.
Damn.
Got him.
You wasn't really a stripper though.
No, come on. If I was, though, my stage name be Stretch Marks. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Then, you know, but if I was a stripper today, I go by Hard Candy.
Hard Candy?
Mm-hmm.
Why Hard Candy?
This is a good name, Hard Candy.
Why you gonna ask him that? I didn't want to hear him. Why Hard Candy?
I thought it was like something behind it, like, you know, the church, old ladies in the church with hard candy. I don't know.
No, church would be lemon pound cake. I'd be lemon pound cake. Yeah, lemon pound cake.
Now, out of Def Comedy Jam, Showtime at the Apollo, and Comic View, which one had the most impact on you?
Comic View. Def Jam first. Mm-hmm. Def Jam was the start. And come on now, we got to give it to Russell Simmons. I mean, big up for him. Def Jam was good, but when I did Comic View, see, Comic View started out as Coast to Coast. I don't know if y'all remember that. Mm-hmm. They used to come out to your city and come to a club and film you and then take it back. And DL was the host there, and he was like, look, went all the way down to Atlanta at a club called the Comedy Act Theater, and we seen this guy, Bruce, and then show me. Mm-hmm. And I did the Coast to Coast when they first started, but I never forget the year that I hosted. It was probably the best year for me that I have ever experienced in my life. They went from 10 million viewers to 20 million viewers when I hosted, and it was great for me. Wow. It was good. I made some money. They gave me money for wardrobe. That's why I dressed in all them suits, because I thought I was a pimp. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I thought I was a straight up pimp.
How'd you get the gig?
They called me. Mm-hmm. I mean, I had been doing comedy like 7 or 8 years, and guys say, call me one day. He said, how would you like to host Comedy View? I said, I would love that, because I wanted to do it. And I wanted to do it before then, and it just wasn't my time. But when my time came, it was perfect. It did well. It did very well. Was
that the moment that you know that was your big break? Like, oh, this is really going to happen?
Yeah, I knew it was going to happen then. It was good, man. Then I did more shows than anybody. I did like 4 to 5 shows a day. So I was changing suits, and I was working 5 days a week. So on the days that we was off Sunday, Monday, so I was shooting commercials for them. And I did this one commercial. I like gators, alligator skin shoes. So I told this cab driver, take me, man, I need to get me some gators. And he took me to a real creek where alligators was. That was the joke of it. And he dropped me off, and I'm like, what? Wait a minute, these are real alligators. It was real alligators coming out the water. Mm-hmm. And it was really, really funny. That was a scene that I wrote. But Yeah, it was fun. So I still wear gator shoes. I'm old school, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm like them old players. So y'all can still wear suits with tennis shoes. I can't do it.
Nah.
I can't do it, player.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do it.
I never felt like Apollo was good for comedy.
It just that I think what it was with Apollo, those people are there all day sitting. So the first 2 shows, you're going to get love. But like the 3rd, 4th, and 5th show, they wore out. They booing everybody. They booed me the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't care. I just started talking about people. It was a dude in the front dressed like I don't know what the hell was going on with him. I said, bro, what is your problem? He was just like a woman and a man on one side, a woman on the other side. I said, bro, are you slow?
He was before his time.
Yeah. And
Before his time.
yeah, he was before his time. But it was at John them, they laughed, but then I went back and did it again, and then it went well. Yeah, I did it with Mark Curry first and then back with Steve Harvey.
Is it too sensitive now for comedy?
Depending on what subject you touch on. Because if you don't, like, let's just say gay people, you can't touch on that. You can't say anything disrespectful, and I wouldn't say anything disrespectful. You know, when I was coming up, my uncle called them sweet pickles. You know, so we'd be riding these that go sweet pickle. I'm like, well, we knew what it was, right? We're like, what the world? You know, but but the thing is, I mean, I don't do any bashing of anything of sorts like that, but I see them all the time. Like I remember one time I was doing a show at BET. It was in California, and the makeup artists, 2 of them, they did makeup and hair, and they was gay dudes and everything. So you know, one dude walked in, man, I don't want no fags doing my makeup. I said, gay dude got really emotional. He said, oh, I'm so sick of this. I'm so tired. I don't know what to do. So he started packing his stuff, getting ready to leave. So I walked in the room. I closed the door on him. He looked at me like, what the? I said, hey, man, let me tell you something. I said, if you're comfortable with who you are, I said, be that. I said, but if you walk out on this show, they're going to blackball you. You won't work for NBC, CBS, TBS, nobody. You won't be work for nobody. I said, chill out, dry your tears up, and let's, I said, do my makeup. You know what I'm saying? I said, but if you walk out, they're going to do it. I said, 9 times out of 10, at the end of the night, that same dude will be hollering at you.
What if you would have said, I love black balls. That's what I want.
I'd had to run out of there. I had to run out of that, Charlamagne. I would have to run full speed. You know what I'm saying? But then at the end of the night, he's like, he said, thank you so much for what you did. Because he was getting ready to go. He was emotional and everything. And the dude was like, man, I thought, when I went to talk to the dude, I said, man, chill out. Man, don't do that. You know, they got feelings too. That's just who they are.
Why do you help so many comedians? Comedians talk about that you've helped so many comedians in their career, in their life. What gives you the energy? Because a lot of people be like, I ain't helping him because he might get bigger than me. But you talked about so many comedians you do.
Oh, my God, yeah. But so many helped me. I never forget when I was in the Comedy Act Theater in Atlanta, and John Witherspoon came to Atlanta, and he looked at me, he say, you got it. He said, you really got it. He said, I like you. So he started telling me what to do and what not to do. And he helped me, took me up on his wing. Ronaldo Ray did the same thing. He helped me on BET when he was my co-host. People don't realize that Ronaldo Ray was a college professor before he started doing comedy. He was extremely smart. And he would tell me sometimes, he said, turn your body to the right a little bit when you tell that joke. It'll work better. And I'm like, how's that going to work better? And it worked better. And then the last of the Mohicans who really told me, he say, you won't have to find them, they will find you. His name was Paul Mooney.
Wow.
The legend.
Paul Mooney. He told me that. Rodney Winfield. Y'all remember Rodney Winfield? Yeah, my man took me. He said, a lot of these jokers don't like you. Just because you're funny. He says, keep being funny. You're going to be all right. He used to call me, do shows with him. You know, back in the day, man, somebody say, man, we got a show paying $300. I'm like, let's go. You know, these new kids now, you say, man, I got a show for you. How much they paying? Hold it, player, hold it. You ain't been seen walking by TV, much less on TV. So what is you talking about how much they paying? If I tell you about a show, I'm going to make sure you get paid. Just that simple.
You think social media helped or hurt comedy?
Oh, it helped it. I wish, Charlamagne, I wish I had social media 35 years ago. Only thing we had was go in this city early, do radio, try to do TV to get people in there. The social media is a platform that really helped a lot of young comedians now. Now, veteran comedians like myself, they get pissed because all the new young comedians are coming up faster. I've been doing comedy for 25 years, 30 years, and he ain't been doing comedy for 3 months. I tell them like this: if you can't beat them, join them.
Mm-hmm.
And they're winning. So you might as well fall in the footsteps. They are winning.
But that's why them young comedians feel like, that's why they're asking how much.
Right.
Because they following on social media.
Yeah, but then the only thing about it, Charlamagne, is when they do get booked, only thing they got to say is what they did on social media.
That's right.
You got to bring out more than that.
That's right.
You know, you got that 7 minutes you got, oh, it's 5. But what about this other 20 minutes they need you to do?
Mm-hmm.
You can tell when a person is bombing because they'll start talking real positive. You know, we need to take care of these kids, man. And, you know, hey, man, support these women, man. Hey, man, these women need support. They need your respect. They're bombing like hell.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to get positive.
That's his favorite part of a comedy show.
Yeah.
It is. I do. I like, you know what it is? I like to see somebody try to dig themselves out of a hole when they bomb.
Oh, my God.
If you see me laughing really hard, it's probably because you up there stinking it.
Because I remember seeing you, because I watch you guys all the time. I remember seeing you on Ridiculousness, right? And Chanel West Coast, you made her so mad. You was calm. You say, I never seen you on anything. I never seen you rap with. I rap with Snoop. She got pissed. They went to commercial.
Yes.
See, I think it happened twice. Am I right?
No, it was just one time.
She was, but do she rap?
I don't. Yeah, I think she did.
Okay. But I didn't know it. But I looked at you and I'm like, oh my God, she's pissed. She got pissed. She moved that hair back. The commercial, and she came back. She was more calm. Yeah, we're back here. Charlamagne done pissed her off. He said, I never seen you on nothing. I never seen you with Snoop. I never seen you Too Short. I never seen you. She was pissed. I laughed so hard at that. That was so good.
How do you feel about them rebooting Comic View?
I like it, but I think they're trying to do a new way. I think they should have rebooted it and did it the old way. I think they should have had the host and introduced the show like we used to do back in the day. Because if you remember, when that show was on, everybody watched it. From your mom, your dad, your grandma, your granddad, uncles. You know, I saw you on TV. They love it. So I think we need to go back to that platform. They're doing a new thing now where, you know, they want it all hip hop and all that. And that's cool, but we need to go back to the old way.
Now, you're a huge car enthusiast.
I am, man.
Classic cars.
Yeah.
What got you into that? And how many cars do you have?
Back in about 27. I collect Buicks.
Buicks.
I like Buicks.
Why Buicks?
Man, my granddaddy told me, said, look, you don't buy nothing but a Buick. You know, old Joker, he used to have a Roadmaster with 3-speed on the column. I thought he was a genius. When you change the gears on the column, he was a bad dude. You know, he pull it down in first, then go to second. He looking at you talking. Then he go to third, get you a Buick, baby. You know, so I always like Buicks, and I like Skylarks. Buick was a really good muscle car too. People don't realize it. I got a 70 Wildcat convertible. I got a 70 Riviera. I got a 63 Riviera. I got a 69 Riviera. I got a 68 Deuce and a quarter. I got a 68 Skylark convertible. I got a 68 Skylark 4-speed. Got a 65 Skylark convertible.
So that's your addiction.
Yeah, and I like Ford trucks. I love Ford trucks.
So you don't drink, you don't smoke?
I used to. I let it go. When my baby boy was born, he's 40. I stopped 40 years ago.
Really?
I used to get so drunk, man. I don't envy. I used to get so drunk. When I get home, I couldn't walk to the door. I had to crawl. I used to knock at the bottom of the door. And my ex-wife said, "Go be me and alcohol. One of us has got to go."
Damn.
And I sure did miss her. I did. I missed her. I missed the hell out of her.
Who got a better collection, you or Jay Leno?
Oh, Jay got the car.
Okay.
But you know, my man Envy got some car. I've had everything Ford ever made. From the Lincoln Blackwood truck to the dualies to the Saline truck. I got a Saline truck. I got 2 Lightnings. I got a Rapture. I got a Super Snake truck. I done had the Ford GT. You know, the one like a Ferrari. I had all that.
You had a Ford GT?
Yes, sir.
Really?
Yeah, I did. You know why I sold it?
Because you couldn't fit in it?
No. I fit in it, but it felt like.
No.
Wait a minute.
Now, you tried twice now.
No, I'm going to tell you why.
I'm going to tell you why I sold it. Because when I did get in it, it felt like 4 people sitting in there with me.
Michael Strahan had it, and I asked Michael Strahan why he got rid of his. He said, because I couldn't fit in it.
No, I could fit in it, but it was tight. But when I sold it, it was a 06. When I sold it, it didn't have but 2,200 miles on it. And I had it for 7 years. So when I put it up for sale,
you wish you ain't selling that, because if you'd sold it now, it triple, quadruple the price.
It's like $600,000 for it now. But when I bought it for $200,000. I sold it for $250,000, and a guy in England bought it. It was canary yellow, black stripes.
Jesus,
damn.
Yeah. And when I tell you, it had the power. It had the power.
Wow.
That thing would run.
That's the one you wanted to hold on to, though.
No, I don't miss it. I can get another. I don't miss it. I want the new one now. You
could have sold it for like $600,000-$700,000.
Yeah, I sold it for $250,000 back then, but I could have got $500,000-$600,000 for it if I'd have kept it. If I'd have kept it
with those miles, absolutely.
Yeah.
How big of a deal is it now for a comedian to have a special? Does it even matter?
Well, it's funny you said that, man.
Uh-oh.
Specials are good. I just got signed for a Netflix special.
Okay. Okay.
And the reason I just took it, I was gonna do it myself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, film it, make them buy it. You know what I'm saying? But they offered it to me. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it, I think, around August. So
you shoot in Atlanta?
No. We're gonna go somewhere else. I wanna go somewhere somebody think I'm a superstar. You know what I'm saying? In Atlanta, I'm just average. What's up, Bruce? What's happening, man? You know, you see me in the grocery store, Bruce, what's happening? But I go somewhere like Chicago or Texas. Oh my God, that's where I want to go. You know, in Atlanta, it's my city. I love it. I still live there, and I had a place in L.A. for like 30 years, and L.A. is just L.A. They make you pay for the weather. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everything is just so high, it's just ridiculous. Mm-hmm. But it's high here in New York too.
It is.
You especially don't need one though. It's not. I mean, it don't validate you in no way, shape, or form.
But I'm gonna do it, man, because I want to do a tour myself. I'm always on somebody else's tour.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I want to do a tour. I got two guys that open up for me who is hilarious, and nobody know them. So I want to introduce them and bring them out, and they can start out doing their own thing. That's what it's all about, man.
There used to be a kit for comedians. You needed a special, like an HBO special, a sitcom. Like, I don't feel you need none of that no more.
No,
and some of the people who got them can't sell out of.
Can't sell a ticket.
Yeah. Nope.
You know what I'm saying? They can sell people in their garage, but they can't sell a ticket. You know, back in the day before Kings of Comedy, that's what you had to get. You know, you do real good, then they offer you a sitcom, then you do your sitcom, then you go on tour. And Bernie Mac was like the only comedian that could sell out by himself. He was about, now Katt Williams could do it. Kevin Hart can do it. Kevin Hart is a good guy. But Katt can do it. Like when he did that interview, that podcast, went crazy. He just started selling out everywhere. And when he got something to say, and I think he should say it.
I agree.
They doing a live Netflix special with Katt.
But you know what Katt made everybody get on their toes, though. People like, I thought you were going to say something about you. I never had any conflict with Katt. We always been cool. He called me one time. He said, man, I want you to go on the road with me. And I said this exact words. I said, I would do it. I said, but why do you need me on the road with you? I said, you got it. They coming to see you. He said, well, it's a big crossover. You got a crowd. I got a crowd. But Katt he's a smart dude, and he take care of his people. That's what I like about it. Yeah. He take care of his people. And that's what it's all about. Can't keep the money, man. You just think you're going to work people to death and not pay them. You got to pay these people. Absolutely. We got families. We got kids. You know, I got grandkids now, man. You know, grandkids, that's who I work for now. They cool.
You've been getting money for a long time.
Long time.
You've been in the game 30 years. When did you start seeing that real money? That
you know, when a Joker was giving me $1,000 a show, I thought he was crazy because it was so easy to me. $1,000 to be on stage for 10, 15 minutes? Oh, this is where I need to be. Potato chip truck got to go. I tell you how I quit my job. I took a leave of absence, and I told my supervisor, I say, hey, man, I said, I'm going through a divorce, man, and I say, I just need some time to get my head together. Can I get a 30-day leave of absence? He got it approved. When he got it approved, we was inventorying the truck. He said, man, you coming back? I said, I want you to look at me real good. The next time you see me, I'll be on TV. And I left. And what's crazy, you remember back in the day when you had beepers? Anybody remember beepers?
Of course.
I left. I had my cousin to pick me up on a Friday. I said, man, take me by the bank machine. I got $20 in the bank. That's all I had in the bank. I went and got the $20 out to give him for gas. And as soon as I gave him the money, my beeper went off. And I said, stop, man. Let me use the payphone. And I called. It was the club owner in the Comedy Act Theater in Atlanta. He said, man, what you doing tonight? I said, I'm working for you. I ain't looked back.
And you do a lot of manifestation, Bruce.
Yeah, man.
You've been telling people you will see me on TV.
Yeah, I used to tell them, man, you got to speak stuff. You know, when people don't realize, you have to speak stuff into your life. And when people be speaking the wrong stuff in their life, the wrong stuff is going to come. Oh, I'm sick as a dog. Okay, we're going to be sick as a dog because you're going to be sick as a dog. I love her to death. She'd be dead in about 3 months. So you can, you know, you got to love her to life. Whatever you speak, the tongue is very powerful.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? So people be hollering about church folk, but they be telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? You know, you say you're gonna be rich, you're gonna be rich. Just keep. You got to believe it. What you're saying. So I've always told people, you see me on TV. I'm not gonna work this truck all my life. I'm not gonna be delivering chips all my life. I'm gonna be doing stuff I like to do.
So what's your manifestation now? What do you?
My key thing now is to make sure I make enough money and save enough money to leave for my grandkids when I'm gone. I don't plan on going anywhere right now anytime soon, but you know, I just want to make sure they're straight when I leave because that's the way it's supposed to be. I know a guy now, he's been married, white dude. He got married in 1962. His mother and father gave him a house that he still live in. He never paid a house note because the house was paid for. Then he left him, and then the property was on like 60 acres with 3 lakes. So he living the life. They left him money. That's where it's supposed to be. You always leave your family in a position where they don't have to suffer and be in a strain. That's why we need to get insurance.
That's right.
Oh my God. You ever see somebody die? They do a GoFundMe. And the brother-in-law take all the money. He take everything but $60. They done raised $30,000. They didn't give us $60. Man, you know they left more than $60. And that's what we should be. We should always put ourselves in a position to live a good life, but also leave a good life for our family.
Absolutely.
I've got a couple more questions. You know, there's a stigma about black comedians wearing dresses to be funny or having to wear a dress to get to that next level. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, you know, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I did. It's funny you said that. I did a TV show that I taped one time, never came out. It's called Bruce Bounty Hunters, and we did this scene. I was a bounty hunter. I played a bounty hunter. I played a preacher called Reverend Get Money. It was Reverend Get Money, and I played a mother named Mother Marshall, which was crazy. But Mother Marshall was a real lady in my church that I mimicked. I copied off her. And I also played I did it in Indianapolis, and I did not feel comfortable in that dress. You know what I'm saying? At all. And some people could do it. Some people, if it worked for you, it do it. Flip Wilson did it when he did Geraldine. You know, because Flip Wilson's show was a variety show, which I love because it wasn't a black show. It was a show for everybody. And that's what people got to understand. But if they want to dress up in a dress, do your thing, you know, but it's not my thing. Yeah. But, you know, Tyler Perry made it big. He's one of the best. But to me, I love Tyler Perry, but Joe is funnier than Tyler Perry. Than my dear.
Oh.
When he plays Joe, when he plays Joe,
Joe is funny.
Joe is funny.
Yep.
Joe have an oxygen tank.
Yep. And smoking weed.
Coughing, and I say, thank you, Jesus. You know what I'm saying? So when he plays Joe is the funniest dude. I know that's just me.
I think
I
you be
love
ad-libbing a lot with Joe too.
Yeah, I love Madea, but
Joe's funny to you.
Oh my God, Joe is funny.
And see, back then, when we used to see people in the dresses, or even see like when they used to do Men on Film on A Living Color, it was just funny. Like
it was funny.
I never thought nothing of it.
Men on Film was the thing. Remember when they talked about Moby Dick? Moby Dick. That gets 2 snaps and a kiss and a roundabout. You remember they did that?
And the twist,
Yeah, the twist, yeah.
How would you define this point in your life professionally and personally?
Oh, well, I want everybody to know, professionally and personally, this is me. And this is how I do business. I don't act. I don't put on. So if you see me on and off stage, this is Bruce. And I'm the same every day, man. You know, I have problems just like everybody else. I have, I get a cold like everybody. You know, everybody think when you're in the entertainment, things are just perfect. No, it's not. And your family members and your friends are the worst. The Bible speaks, if it ain't your family, watch your closest friend. They gonna get you. I got a cousin now. I'm just going through so much. I said, keep having some birthdays. You're gonna go through some more shit.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? But they expect you to rescue them and fix them and not pay you back. Who thought of that one?
I don't know.
I don't know who thought of that one. I don't know. They don't think. But if it was flipped, if I owed them, now y'all know he owes money. He ain't gave me my money yet. But when you owe me, I'm supposed to be able to understand.
Well, you got it.
Yeah, exactly. I told him I ain't seen a rich man with extra money.
Damn.
Nope.
Never.
Why do you have to say your name twice?
Because my mom used to call me twice. My mama said, if I call you the third time, I'm going to kill you. So, my mother said, if I call you 3 times, you're going to die today. And my mother was a little woman, about 140. I mean, she was just, but loving and knew how to make a way out of no way. Most mothers do. Mm-hmm. That's why it's always good when you do get successful and you start making money, make sure you take care of your mom. And one thing you got to realize, it don't take much like you think it does.
That's right.
People think like, well, I got to do that. No, your mama don't want that much. She just want to make sure she's okay, she's comfortable, and she got a little money. My mother, the last 20 years of her life, I made sure she was straight. Didn't pay no bills, nothing. But it didn't take much. You know what I'm saying? But then when your family members found out about it, they start trying to use you too. You know, my mom going through something. Well, that's your mother. This one is mine.
Mm-hmm. Well, there you have it.
Real.
Well, Bruce, we appreciate you for joining us.
No, thank you.
And you on tour right now, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm on a show tonight.
Tonight, yeah.
And you know, next week I'm in Tampa. Week after that I'm in Tacoma, Washington. Week after that I'm in Raleigh. I'm booked every week. If I'm not booked every week, somebody gonna lose their job. Ain't nobody gonna be sitting at home drinking lemonade while I'm sitting at home.
That's right.
I need to go to work.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it. It's Bruce.
Yeah, we've been trying to get Bruce up here for a minute, man, because, you know, I've always just respected you as a comedy legend, man.
That's right, man.
You an icon, so salute to you, Bruce.
Thank you, man.
for coming.
It's
Love
Bruce,
and respect.
Bruce. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up.
In the morning.
The Breakfast Club.